In one of the heavily trafficked business establishments in the Philippines, a female named Lucy Damaculangan hurried to buy all the necessary materials that her family needed. She is the eldest among 5 siblings, making her the one responsible for the welfare of her family. She graduated from college as a scholar in a computer programming course and studied a free course in animation in one of the learning centers provided by the government. However, she wanted to finish political science and study law because she dreamed to become a politician. She is obsessed with reading books about history, government, and even the warfare of past civilizations. She enjoyed watching and reading fiction that revolved around mind games and the art of war. When she told her parents about her dream, they shivered in fear. This is because they know that if ever their daughter becomes a politician and became a president, the mental stability of their countrymen will be in turmoil, since Lucy will be a dictator. The girl's movements were brought to a halt when she saw a reflection of herself in a glass door. Her shoulder-length black hair was in disarray and framed her apple-shaped face. Her almond-shaped eyes, wrapped with signs of sleep deprivation, were evident even in a reflection created from a dark, brown-colored glass door. She frowned at that. Ever since she graduated college, she decided to find a great job. However, even though she graduated with flying colors, she still could not find a well-paying job that can help her family's financial crisis. She submitted her curriculum vitae to several companies, but they always say they will just call her if a position is open. She knew that because she lacked the special training needed for her type of profession, the HR personnel screening the CV of the applicants always place her in the last priority slot. Ever since childhood, Lucy is always lucky when it comes to raffle draws. She always won major prizes, most likely first place. This is why her family was able to acquire their own house, because upon reaching 10 years of age, Lucy was drawn in a raffle at a top department store and won a luxurious car. Since they don't have their own land, her parents decided to sell the car to the landlady and use the said money to buy a bungalow house and lot. By 11 years old, Lucy won a personal computer that she and her siblings used in her studies. And even the mobile phones used by her family are from the raffle draws that she had luckily won. However, even though this is the case, this kind of luck could not help her being picked from the last priority slot in all the agencies and companies that had her resume, or so she thought. Being unemployed means she must give extra effort. She is helping her parents in creating clothes and bags they could sell. She slept late creating new designs and sometimes totally forgot to sleep because of the design ideas she has. A sudden vibration from her old-fashioned pouch bag stopped her musings. She then fished an outdated Android phone from her bag. She noted that the caller is not registered in her contacts, but she still answered the call nonetheless. "Hello, good afternoon. This is Lucy Damaculangan speaking, how may I help you?" She answered formally just in case the caller is in fact an interested employer. "Good afternoon, Ms. Damaculangan, this is Lazariel, the supervisor of the game testing department of Intel Corporation," the feminine voice uttered from the receiver. Lucy's heart pounded rapidly because of excitement. A supervisor of Intel Corporation is calling her. ATC is one of the top companies in her country. She remembered the huge number of aspiring applicants at their job fair event last month. If a supervisor is calling her, then this would only bring good news for her. "I am just wondering if you are free tomorrow afternoon, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. We would just like to propose a job for you since it is your name that my staff picked from the draw." Lucy was somewhat puzzled by that. What type of company will base the job selection on a raffle draw? Well, she wouldn't complain about that, since it is via a raffle. She was once again chosen and now, she will be having her first real job. That is if she passed the interview. However, Lucy is determined that she will ace the interview and land a job at Intel Corporation. "Okay, I'll be there tomorrow afternoon," she answered gleefully. "Thank you. I'll be sending the complete address of our office via SMS." Liza said. "What are the requirements that I have to bring tomorrow?" Lucy asked politely. "There is no need to bring any requirements, Ms. Demaculangan, your personal appearance is the only thing we need. The feminine voice from the phone's speaker said. Copy that. Thank you. The call was terminated. Lucy smiled widely and ran back towards their house. She will read a book about interviews and sleep early today to prepare herself for tomorrow. After eating breakfast, Lucy rode a jeepney to go to ATC. When she reached the said company, she was amazed at how huge the premises were. The job fair in which she had passed her resume, was only done at the open basketball court and was organized by the local municipalities. They invite different companies and agencies to the said events to help unemployed residents. So this is the first time she could enter the large building. She walks to talk to the guard at the entrance. Excuse me, sir, my name is Lucy Demaculangan and I have an appointment with Ms. Lazaril of the gaming testing department, she told the guard. The male guard, who is about 30 years of age, looked at her with envy and said, "Oh, you are one of those lucky ones, huh?" He handed her an ID with the marked visitor in order to grant her a temporary entrance to the premises. When you reach the end of this intersection, turn left. You will see an elevator there, then go to the 11th floor. Our entire gaming testing department is within that floor. He sighed. If only I'm not a security guard here, I may have a chance to be chosen. He then heaved another deep sigh. Lucy was perplexed by the guard's reaction but rubbed it off immediately. She then followed his directions and reached the place she was asked to go. Upon reaching the 11th floor, state-of-the-art equipment greeted her. All the latest models of computers are kept in all the rooms around the floor. She then saw a man who entered a spacious room. She followed him, and inside the said room she saw a lot of people sitting on the row of chairs, noting that these people might be over 100 or so. She sat on an unoccupied chair waiting for any announcements. Lucy stared at the platform in the middle of the room, and almost jumped in surprise when a woman materializes in the middle. Greetings everyone. A hologram of a female with shoulder-length ebony hair and a curvaceous body said. Lucy followed the origin of the light beam that projected the woman and saw the latest model of the computer projector series, the Genesis AX12. This is one of the new types of personal computers in which the CPU is 3 inches by 3 inches device with the ability to project any human-like avatar of the owner's choice. This avatar will answer any of the user's inquiry, create any documents by only listening to the owner's words, surf the net, and performs other tasks that the other computers do. Lucy does not know the extent of this device's functions since she haven't used one yet. Their family computer, which she won in a raffle during her elementary years, is a 24 inches touchscreen LED PC. Even though the device is quite helpful to her and her family, it could not par with the specs of the latest computers and artificial intelligence available in the market now. Welcome to Intel Corporation's Game Testing Department. We would like to congratulate all of you because you are the fortunate 100 people that we have chosen to be the beta testers of the newest game that this company is creating. Everybody is breathless with anticipation, all but one. On her sit, Lucy's hyperventilating not because of excitement, but out of something else. She then wailed inside her head, beta tester? I'm here to be an experimental lab rat. I know you are all familiar with the game A Quarter to Dawn, majority of you might have actually played it firsthand, the artificial intelligence said. Lucy waved her head sideways thinking that no, she didn't know about that game. Maybe she had seen it on the internet but did not mind it much. Lucy wasn't a fan of online games. She likes offline role-playing games, but she hasn't tried any online ones since it is a waste of her money because of the payment for each game. Before you can play an online game, you needed to purchase a virtual gaming ticket or subscribe monthly to the gaming company to log in. With their family's social status, this type of privilege is out of the question. The AI extended her right arm upwards and scenes from an unknown terrain started to appear before the group. This is the continent of Pangea, where lots of monsters, quests, and adventures await the soon-to-be players. Our company's objective is to create a greater V.R.M.M.O.R.P.G than that of A Quarter to Dawn and ensure maximum enjoyment for our customers. For that to be plausible, we are going to hire enthusiastic individuals like yourselves to test the game before its official launch. We have selected different types of people, young and old, people who are veterans in MMORPGs and those who are clueless about it, etc. In this way, we might create not just the first, but the greatest and most played virtual reality massively multiplayer online role-playing game in the world. The crowd cheered with delight. Lucy looked around her and sighed. She is looking for a job, not a recreational activity. By the way, the company will provide not only your daily meal but also a monthly cash allowance of 17,000 pesos for each one of you. For the other benefits, just review the contract. A virtual contract appeared in front of each participant. Lucy scanned the contract thoroughly, and a sudden flame of enthusiasm flashed in her eyes. "All right, bring it on," she shouted, totally forgetting the fact that she is in a facility surrounded by 100 people. These people looked her way as if she is an extinct animal who is in need of inspection. She then bowed her head in embarrassment. When she got home, she connected to the internet to do some research about V.R.M.M.O.R.P.G. She watched a video clip about A Quarter to Dawn and other new virtual reality games. The users said that these types of online role-playing games are the best of their kind. She then typed New World in the search engine. There is a lot of information that had appeared. She read them all and watched the video log of some game enthusiast who is excited to try the game. However, even though the game receives lots of positive feedback, Lucy found a video of a foreigner that had ridiculed the idea of this new world. He said that Filipinos are scumbags and fat liars. He then warned the people who tried the game when it is launched. He said that they should be vigilant and not keep their hopes up since most Filipinos are con artists. Lucy could not discern the nationality of the man in the video. Well, good for him, because if Lucy knew that, she wouldn't probably stop herself from saying something bad against his people as well. Lucy was satisfied to see red flags along the comment area of the said video. She was relieved to find out that not only her Filipino brethren are the ones to disagree with this man's comments but also other nationalities as well. She then prevented herself from creating an evil comment and closed the video window. She sighed heavily, so I guess this isn't just a simple game but one that can actually change the view of the entire world towards my people. She smiled. This game will definitely help me to obtain a position in the government in the near future if it is played correctly. She then clenched her fist. New World, here I come. The following day, all the beta testers are asked to stay in a different room where they can log in. Once again, a female hologram which is called Eden explained the details. This is a helmet-mounted display or HMD. She showed the holographic version of it to the crowd. You will wear it on your head and make sure that it will fit perfectly up to your nose. This device is connected to an 8D generator. This contains the 8D fairy dust that Dr. Sabato had explained earlier. Lucy nods and recalled the discussion with the male doctor that had explained how this so-called 8D fairy dust worked. He guaranteed that it is safe for the body. A waiver of consent was also presented to them after the discussion. Lucy read it carefully and signed after some self-deliberation. Once you have worn this device, you can turn it on by voice activation. Just say, New World login and the device will start functioning. Once logged in, the first thing you will do is enter your desired username and then an artificial intelligence like me will help you with your game character creation. If you have other questions regarding the game, feel free to ask the New World Help avatar. Oh, and please, do record any abnormality or errors that you might encounter in this beta version. Thank you and I hope you'll enjoy the game. Eden disappeared after her explanation. The testers started putting on the gear and logging in. Lucy observed them. She is quite nervous because it is her first time trying such things. She noted how confident the others are in starting the game. She then surmised that these might be the ones who had tried the Quarter to Dawn. Lucy then sighed. She needs to start as well. She repositioned herself in the cushioned chair, put a U-shaped pillow around her neck to support her head during the game, and placed the HMD on. After ensuring its proper placement, she said, "New world login." As if on cue, the dark view on her HMD changed into kaleidoscopic colors. She also heard the background music of an orchestra-like piece. The notes cause her heartbeat to rise with anticipation. So, this is a virtual reality, she told herself. Then in the middle of her eyesight, a pop-up box appeared. What username do you wish to use in this world? Gamer_. She looked at it closely and was at a loss for what to do. She then reached for it, thinking that this will activate a virtual keyboard just like what would happen if you press the screen of a Word document you are editing in a touchscreen computer. However, the moment she makes contact with it, the pop-up window shattered like broken glass. Lucy was shocked and was about to protest when an artificial intelligence avatar that looked like Eden appeared before her. Welcome to the new world. You are about to enter the continent of Pangea, where great adventures await you. To start your journey, you needed an avatar that you will use to roam around the continent. Are you a girl or a boy? She was still overwhelmed with what was happening, but she answered nonetheless, "Girl." The artificial intelligence nodded and continued, "Which appearance do you prefer to use in the game?" Lucy thought for a while, then answered, "I'll maintain my original appearance." She wanted to be recognized by others through this game, so what's the point of changing her appearance? Same appearance it is. Lucy closed her eyes because of the sudden flash of light that comes her way. It was accompanied by a loud clicking sound. When she opened her eyes, she noted the sudden change in her apparel. She is no longer wearing her white t-shirt and black shorts. Now she is adorned in white training clothes, which reminds her of the uniform of a martial artist. Congratulations, you have successfully created a character. The game can allow any player to create up to 3 characters at once. Would you like to create another character? No thank you. Lucy smiled at the woman in front of her. Do you want to view your status option? The game-based Eden said. Yes please. To view this anytime during the game, you just have to say, Options menu, then select status option on the upper right of the pop-up toolbar, the AI explained. A pop-up toolbar appeared in front of Lucy. She eyed the options and selected status as advised, and her character's status option appeared in front of her. She examined each closely, and one option makes her wonder, are all players given a luck of 999? She then shrugged it off and looked at Game Eden. What about the class? Aren't you going to give me one right away? Game Eden slightly shakes her head sideways. In New World, we allow the players to wander first and to choose a class within the game. Some of the common classes are easily accessible after completing your training in an in-game training institution. However, there are some classes that are only unlockable through a quest. The ebony-haired girl nodded in understanding. Now, in which kingdom do you wish to start your adventure? There are 7 kingdoms in the continent of Pangea. Kingdom Isa. A map of Pangea appeared with a highlighted area. The images zoomed in, and sites of grandeur towns appeared beside Eden. Lucy looked at it closely. Is the richest among all the kingdoms. It is not the biggest among the other kingdoms, but the abundance of its land is superb. Most of the rare materials are available in this area, making it a haven for those who wish to have a Pangea and Negociante subclasses. By the way, a player can choose 3 subclasses secondary to his main class. Since it is by a Filipino gaming company, some of the classes and subclasses are in Tagalog. Pangea is a blacksmith and Negociante is a merchant. Lucy did not want to choose these and is more interested in choosing a real class, so she just continues listening to the explanation. Next is Kingdom Dalawa. As she said this, a map of the continent Pangea appeared again beside her. Red lines traced a huge amount of land mass, indicating that this kingdom is larger than that of Kingdom Isa. This is the largest among all the kingdoms in Pangea and the second richest. Because of its size, a variety of temples, fencing institutions, and alchemy layers are available within the area. If you are still undecided about the job you wanted, this kingdom is the best starting point since it offers mastery in varieties of job classes. After listening to the explanation, Lucy was tempted to choose Kingdom Dalawa. However, she decided to learn more about the other kingdoms instead. Next is Kingdom Tatlo. Again, the map of Pangea appeared and indicated the location of the mentioned kingdom. This is the third among the richest kingdoms. It is smaller than Dalawa, but larger than Isa. The kingdom is known for its impregnable military forces. This is the best starting point for those who wish to have a job along the Mandarigma class. Mandarigma, meaning warrior or soldier type, could wield different weapons and have strong attack and defense. This is the common job that most of the users wanted to choose at the start of the game, since it will be easier to increase your level because of this type's brute strength, not to mention the above average defenses, especially if you found an armor with high defenses from a monster drop item. The image projected beside Eden changes and a highlighted new landmass was shown. Then images of high-class theaters and art museums appeared. This is Kingdom Apud, the kingdom of artisans and scholars. If you wish to choose a class and subclass along the artisan types, you should start in this kingdom because the quests this kingdom offers are related to the artisan's needs. You can even unlock a hidden artisan class or subclass somewhere in the kingdom. Lucy loves arts, however, in a game such as this, choosing an artisan type class is unthinkable since it will be hard to level up your character. If she will choose a supporting character, she would rather choose to be a Baba Elan, priestess, who can heal and give blessings, or a Mankukulam, witch, that could cast spells and curses. Next is the Kingdom Lima. Just like Kingdom Tatlo, which had a famous, or rather, infamous military force. It is known to be the second best among the kingdoms of Pangea in terms of external defense because of the Great Wall created around the kingdom. However, there are some issues of civil wars within the kingdom, making it only the fifth richest in the continent. The ones who aspired to be within the Mandarigma class can also start in this kingdom. Those who wanted to have a job pertaining to the magical series can also start here, since the kingdom has a huge institution for alchemy, sorcery, and witchcraft. Lucy eyed the great school filled with potions, staff, and other equipment that could be used by the Salamanqueros or magicians. Then the semi-luxurious appearance of Kingdom Lima was changed into a mediocre facility. It reminded her of the undeveloped Baranavi her class had visited during her high school years. This is Kingdom Annam. This is way poorer than the other kingdoms I mentioned. You can say that the status of this kingdom is just like that of a civilized third world country in the real world. Popular jobs in this kingdom include Kawatan or thieves. However, if this kingdom is chosen, the player can also choose jobs along the Mandarigma and Mahika series. Although, the training and availability of quests for these are really hard to find. The images changed again. This time, the sceneries that had projected in front of Lucy becomes dreadful. Lots of beggars are seen asking for alms on the streets. The lands are dry, and if you can see some planted crops, it's still useless since they are already withered. Animals look too thin and most of them look fatally ill. If Kingdom Annam reminded Lucy of an undeveloped Baranavi, this kingdom reminded her of a town that was experiencing the aftermath of a terrible famine. Lastly, Kingdom Pito, the cursed kingdom of the south. It is the poorest among all the kingdoms in Pangea. You can find some quests here, but do not expect high compensation for them. If you wanted to be trained as the best thief, you better start in this kingdom. Thieving increase your infamy in the other kingdoms, but in Pito, it increases your leadership instead, since most of the residents here are considered a Kawatan or someone who does crimes for a living. Rumors had it that the dark arts are also thought of somewhere in this kingdom. This is why if you wanted to practice dark magic, this kingdom is the best choice. However, since it is a poor kingdom, you will have a hard time in earning money. The rhythm of the game's background music accelerated. Instruments such as violin, bass, harp, and grand piano could be heard. The artificial intelligence known as Eden, the game help information avatar, closed her eyes and then opened them only to stare directly at Lucy's almond-shaped eyes. In which kingdom do you wish your adventures to be written, gamer? I wanted to start at Kingdom Pito. She answered. Are you sure? The information avatar asked. Yes. She uttered firmly. Very well. Another crescendo of music was heard. Gamer, I hope you enjoy your journey in this new world. A blinding flash of light projected around Lucy, now known as Gamer of New World. She shut her eyes tightly to avoid damaging her irises because of the extremely bright light. The music changed again to a soft-sounding melody from a flute. A sudden scent of decay reached her nostrils. When she opened her eyes, a poor-looking town greeted her. She could see people around, probably non-player characters or NPCs. They are wearing dirty old clothes, a sign of their obvious poverty. These people looked at her oddly as if she is an alien which doesn't belong to them. A little child then approached her. Hey, big sis, do you have any money? The girl beamed at her. Huh? Wait a second. Options menu. As she said the keyword, a pop-up menu appeared before her. She scanned each detail and discovered that she only has 100 pesos. She looked at the girl thoughtfully and said, I only have a very low amount. So, if you are going to ask for alms, I could only give you 1 peso coin. The child cursed out loud. Lucy was surprised by the harshness of the child's voice. The child looked at the alleyway and shouted, this old geezer is useless. Let's just find someone else. Oh, man. 2 more kids appeared before Lucy. Then as they were reunited with the kid who had talked to her, they run away. Lucy or Gamer looked at them dumbfounded. Don't mind those kids. They are orphans, so they don't know what is morally correct. By the way, welcome to Wawa. This is one of the towns in Kingdom Pito. I'm one of the elders here. The residents called me Sunagbaga. Lucy recalled her status window and remembered her username there. I'm Gamer, nice to meet you. She would probably change that name some other time. The old man took her arm and shook it wildly. Sir, can I ask a question? You are asking one, no, isn't it? You funny kid. Well, anyway, go ahead, what do you want to know? Is there a training institution here somewhere? She asked politely. The man looked at her as if she had grown a new head, then suddenly the man burst into laughter. An institution? In Wawa? Oh, my goodness. You are one crazy kid. This is the poorest among the 12 towns in the Kingdom Pito. We have a training facility in the capital Halen, the only city of this kingdom, but not here. Well, you can't really call it a facility, more like a makeshift school of some sort. But anyway, there is a retired trainer who lives somewhere here. Go to the barbershop and ask Pedro about this trainer. And also, tell him that we will have a drinking session this afternoon. A clicking sound was heard, then a pop-up window appeared before Gamer. Quest, you were asked by Sunagbaga to tell his friend Pedro that they will have a drinking session this afternoon. If done properly, you can ask him regarding the retired trainer. Rewards, information about the retired trainer in the town of Wawa from Sunagbaga's friend. Difficulty, wow, a quest. She thought to herself. Okay, I'll relay your message, sir. Another clicking sound and a pop-up box indicating that she had accepted the quest appeared. The ebony-haired female walked towards the barbershop to look for Pedro. When she entered, an old obese man with a large belly greeted her. Good morning. Are you here for a haircut? No sir, I was just looking for Pedro so I could tell him Sunagbaga's message. She eyed him. Are you Pedro? The obese man nodded. Yes, that is me. What did he want this time? He just wanted to remind you about your drinking session this afternoon. The man smiled widely. Of course. I haven't forgotten that he. Gamer heard another clicking sound indicating the completion of the quest. She then asked the man before her, so do you know where the retired trainer is? Oh, you mean Gurong Alberto? Ah, I think that old man is in his makeshift house. It is located on the far right of this town. You will see a mango tree there, and on top of that is a tree house. He might be there, probably. Gamer thanked him and went to search for the said tree house. She strolled in the direction that the barber had told her. She scanned her surroundings and was amazed at how detailed and realistic this game was. She tried holding a rooster that was tied to a fence and was surprised at how the sensation of touching the said animal was the same as that of touching it in the real world. Even the pain of being pecked by the rooster is the same as it was originally if you are pecked by a real live rooster outside the game. The feces of the stray dogs also smelled the same within the game. She is now experiencing firsthand the amazing effects of the 8D fairy dust. When Gamer reached the said tree house, she tried to call out the name supplied by the barber from her previous quest. However, nobody seems to be home. When she was about to turn and leave the said tree house to look for the retired instructor elsewhere, the child who had to ask for alms from her earlier appeared before her. The child appeared surprised to see her there. "Oh, it's you. The old geezer. What are you doing here?" Gamer cleared her throat and then said, "First, I'm not an old geezer, I'm just 20 years old. Second, you shouldn't be talking rudely to someone who is older than you. TCH. You even sounded like an old geezer to me. Anyway, you haven't answered my question yet." The kid frowned deeply. "Oh, right, I'm sorry. Well, you see, I'm looking for someone. Do you know where the retired instructor is? His name is Alberto." The kid's eyes flashed with recognition, but she immediately masked it and uttered indifferently, "I don't know anyone by that name. Besides, you haven't given me anything, why would you think I would help you?" Gamer sighed and activated her option menu. She then gives 5 pesos to the child. "I don't have an enormous amount of cash in my possession right now, but if you are going to tell me where he is and I would be able to have a job, I might be able to give you more." The child appeared to be pleased by her statement, so she smiled, took the money, and grabbed Gamer's hand, pulling her somewhere. "Why didn't you say that earlier? Of course, I know Kuya Alberto, he is our caretaker after all." The kid led the ebony-haired towards a cave-like place near the border of the town. The place was lit by a bonfire in the middle. Gamer saw other people inside. There are 2 other kids inside. She recalled them to be the earlier companion of the child who becomes her temporary tour guide. There is also someone sitting near the fire wearing a hooded cloak, shielding his face from view. Gamer walked towards him and asked, "Excuse me, are you the retired instructor Alberto?" The hooded figure tilted his head towards Gamer and said, "Yes, it is I." "So might as well pray to tell, what a lady like thou wanted?" "I wanted to learn how to fight, to use weapons, to protect myself from this world's monsters." Alberto nodded his head. "It is true that you needed to learn to fight in order to survive in this realm, however, it is not I who could help you with that. You see, it is true that my name is Alberto, however, I'm not a real retired instructor." Alberto took down the hood and revealed his face. A young man, most probably in his early 20s, locked his gaze with Gamer's. "But the barber told me you were a... It's just a con to survive. As you can see, I have myself and these 3 little mouths I need to feed." Gamer then remembered the description that Eden provided for Kingdom Pito. "I think you are misinterpreting my demands, let me paraphrase what I said." She swallowed hard. "I want you to teach me the arts of your con. I wanted to be a Kawatan." Upon hearing the word, Alberto's gloomy mood changed. "Fine, let's have it your way. But before I could teach you anything, you have to prove yourself first. Go west from here and defeat 5 lowly thieves who are troubling the people there." Click. Quest: if you wanted to be thought about the hidden arts of being a Kawatan, you have to prove yourself first to your future instructor. Go west and defeat 5 immoral thieves and return to Alberto. Reward: you will be trained by the con artist Alberto on the arts of thievery difficulty, penalty, you wouldn't learn anything from Alberto. Okay, I am going to do it. You can count on me with this one. Gamer chirped enthusiastically. As she said this, another pop-up window telling her that she had accepted the quest appeared. She just ignored the window and started to stroll leisurely toward her targets. After several minutes of travel, a male non-player character appeared before her. The man is wearing rugged clothes and on his right hand is an old dagger. Gamer eyed him closely and observed the information that appeared above the man. Evil Thief, Level 1. She read out loud. So, this was her target. Albeit the target is only a low-leveled enemy, the lack of weapons will surely be the downside of the ebony-haired youth. She looked around the area and saw a thick wooden stick. She then picked it up and held it tightly just like how baseball players hold their bats. Click. You have obtained a weapon. Item, Dose por Dose type, wooden bat damage, 10 to 12 class restrictions, none durability, 39/50ths. After reading her new weapons statistics window, she started attacking the enemy. At first, the two were accepting equal damages, but because Gamer's health is greater than the NPC thief, the latter was defeated. The girl collected 1.50 PHP from the thief and an old dagger. She kept the dagger in her inventory and decided to use it when her current weapon maximized its durability. She continued battling the thieves and successfully defeated 5 of them. She reached level 3 and decided to hunt more thieves or any other monster in the area to reach level 5. When she reached her decided goal, she returned to the place where Alberto and the children were. The man congratulated her for completing the quest. He then started his lectures about being a Kawatan. The Kawatan, in this game, are characters who specialize in speed and agility. They can use poison, speed-based attacks, thievery, and searching for coins during battle. You can use this as your advantage since in Kingdom Pito the rewards for quests and even the monster drops aren't that high. Alberto explained. Gamer just nodded in understanding. About the weapons, a Kawatan can only use short swords, daggers, knives, clubs, and bats. He looked at his student. I believe you have found some useful weapons in your previous quest. You can use those for practice. Then after your training is over, I am going to give you a better weapon you can use as you take another adventure outside this town. Gamer practiced using the old dagger she had obtained by fighting low-level thieves and game monsters. She continued doing this until she reached level 10. Finally, she had successfully finished her training with Alberto. Congratulations on finishing the course of the Arts of Thievery. You can now choose to be a Kawatan. Want to change your class? Gamer nodded to confirm that she did want to change her job class. Click. Congratulations. You have changed your job into a Kawatan. This class is known for its swift combination attacks. You can view your newly added skills in the Options menu. Options menu. As she uttered it, a pop-up menu appeared. She chooses the skills option to view the attacks that she could use now that she already has a class. She hummed in satisfaction as she scanned all the combos available for her character. Being a beta tester required Lucy to play the game 40 hours a week for the entire 6 months. She did as what is required of her, and after 6 months, she reached level 80. She hadn't increased much since she dedicated most of her time to sightseeing and information gathering rather than fighting monsters. She uses the gaming time to at least pretend to roam around the continent without spending real-world money for the fare. After 1 month after the official game's release in the Philippines, the publicity department of Intel Corporation organized a victory party. All the beta testers were invited to the party to celebrate the successful release of New World last December 21, 2035. The holographic artificial intelligence, Eden, once again materialized before the assembly to serve as the program's commentator. Greetings to each and every one. I would like to congratulate all of you for your hard work in the completion of the game. By the start of 2036, New World will also be introduced to our neighboring countries and soon will be launched in the entire world. The vision of this corporation is to make the entire world play New World by the end of 2036. We are hoping that all of you will still be a part of us until that vision will be turned into reality. The crowd cheered and clapped their hands gleefully. As a special thanks to our dearest beta testers, we are going to have a special raffle in which 10 lucky persons will win a free helmet-mounted display, 8D generator, and 2 years of free subscriptions for Pangea, New World. The first place will also receive a very special prize of regaining half of all the stats he or she earned within the beta phase of the game, but not the level. His or her character will return to level 1 once that person started playing the official game. After Eden's explanations, the draw started. The first 3 names were announced. These people were thrilled with the announcement. They happily accepted the gaming gear and the certificate of proof for the 2 years free subscription. As the night of the party goes, the names of the winners were announced one by one. Lucy noted some of them. The 7th winner, Pangea, was a fellow player who started in Kingdom Pito. The girl directed a thumbs up in Lucy's direction as she received her awards from the gaming staff. She smiled at the girl. Lucy knew that after this night, her adventures in New World will be put to an end. This somewhat saddened her because she started to love the game. Now for the grand prize winner, let's call on Ms. Thelma de Vera, the president and CEO of Intel Corporation, to announce the winner. After Eden said this, her holographic appearance morphed into an older sophisticated woman who is known by everyone. Thank you, Eden. Okay, without further ado, the grand prize winner is... The crowd becomes breathless in anticipation. Thelma smiled and uttered, Ms. Lucy de Maculangan. When her name came out of the mouth of the CEO, the first thought that had come to Lucy's mind is that there is someone in the room who have the same name as her. However, when she saw the other people looking towards her location, some with envy, some with an expression she couldn't quite discern, she realized that the name announced was in fact hers. She awkwardly strolled towards the stage to accept her prizes. She then told herself that this win will be the start of her real journey in the new world. End of Chapter 1. Chapter 2, Into Someone Else's Shoes, coming soon.